Hello, 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 all, and welcome to The Good Witch. This is a very, very special reading today. This is an ancestral reading. We're guiding you towards your new life, your current life, and your purpose. I'm focusing on your purpose today, okay? So it's going to be a full reading. It's a pick a card reading. I'm going to give you a moment to look at some things, and I want you to pick one that resonates with you, okay? I'm going to tell you about each of them. I'm going to ask you to stay tuned for the whole thing. Even if you pick the first one, watch the entirety of this video because A, it helps you, B, it helps the channel, and 3, C, there will be some special offers at the end. So if you are new, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment in love, okay? For those of you who stay till the end, I'm going to give you a set of things to do. There are free gifts involved, and there is something that I really want to tell you about, but I need you to stay to the end of the video because I want to really get to this reading, okay? So remember, it's a pick a card reading. There's 4 objects you're going to choose from. If you cannot pick one of them and 2 of them really hit home, then it's okay to have 2. Okay? And I really do want you to listen to them all because if one of them resonates with you and you feel like, oh, my sister would really resonate with this other one, then maybe there's a message you have to give to your sister or your loved one or your child, whatever the case may be. Okay? All right. We're going to drop the camera. I have my daughter helping me so that I don't just give y'all straight boobs for the whole video. She's going to be up and down for me. Come on. Come on. We're good. So, let's start here. This particular item is an instrument. I got it from Cape Coast in Ghana. All of these things come from different places, so you're going to want to listen to what they are. I got this in Cape Coast in Ghana, and for those of you who don't know what Cape Coast is, it's one of the places where the slave ships left from. I went for the 400-year recognition of when slavery started. And this, even slaves, while they were being prosecuted and tortured in ways that are simply freaking unimaginable, walking through that place had such an energy. But they created instruments from the chains. And I'm pretty sure they were used to send signals as well. But this is item 1. See how this resonates with you. Okay. The second item is a mirror. It's a compact. And it was actually my grandmother's and belonged to my great-grandmother. And it comes from South Carolina, way down in the country deep. And it's one of those heirlooms that's been passed on from generation to generation to generation, and it's mine now. Eventually it will be my daughter's, and then it will be her daughter's. So this is there you go. It's a compact. Very cautious with that. South Carolina. Now, this is a scarab, and I bought it outside of the pyramids of Giza. It's comedic. It's a scarab. For those of you who know what scarabs are and what they represent, I won't very much get into that, but each of these little sections of this bug can represent a part of the brain. It's blue. It called to me There was people selling things all over the place, and this one was bought outside of the pyramids of Giza. Please understand, it's not just, this isn't like, this is a very special piece of material. So all of these are special, so you want to pay attention and make sure that you see which one resonates with you. This is a piece of jasper, and you have seen it before. It's a raw jasper. It's what it just looks like when it comes out of the ground. This came from the vortex, one of the vortexes in Arizona. I have bunches of jasper and different stones that I got from vortexes. This comes from Sedona, Arizona. Okay. So I want you to pick one, sit, think for a second, see which one resonates, now that you know a little bit about them. And pick the one that's right for you. Okay? All right, let's get into our pick a card reading as we go up back to my face. Cause I know I'm cute and all, but you know, that's not what we're watching today. All right. Ray, can you straighten out the camera a bit? There we go. Bring it down a little bit more. Perfect. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and love y'all. Y'all know this is we family, and I love y'all, and I just want the best for y'all. And I know a lot of lately, normally around this time, I get a lot of people that call me to find out what their purpose is. What should I be doing with my life? And a lot of these people are already doing amazing things, but they want to make sure that they're on the right path. Now, a problem that I have is quite a few of you have ancestors that speak to you, guides that speak to you regularly, prayers that you pray that are always answered, that you just don't listen to the answer. So here is your confirmation of a lot of the things that you knew and a few of the things that you didn't. Ray, can you separate this out into 4 for me? Thank you. So we will start with our instrument. So if you chose this, if this resonated with you, your overall energy comes from the Orisha deck, and it's beautiful. They're all beautiful. I haven't seen most of them yet, but they're all beautiful. This is the Sun card. As you see, it's the Sun. There's 3 suns, there's an Ankh, and there's a pyramid in the middle. Now, for those of you who understand that the Ankh can represent so many things to different people, but this one particularly is representing life and unity, happiness, oneness, all things coming together to produce life. Got it? So, your purpose right now. Let me hold stack 1. You are a king who has lost your way. You don't really see the value in what you are, but the universe is currently conspiring to give you what you want quickly. Like, you are in divine alignment, and everything that you want is basically at your fingertips. It's like right there. And you wouldn't think that because it was the slave instrument that connected to it. But out of 1,000 people that were captured, out of 1,000 Africans that were captured, 300 of them lived to make it onto these slave ships. Out of 1,000, 300 lived. That means that 700 had to pass. That means that out of the 300 who lived, they played music. They kept their spirits up. They created codes with chains to let people know when people were coming. They did these amazing things because they knew that something greater was going to come from that. When I was there, the feeling was they knew we would be back. They knew that the universe would correct itself. These were the people. A lot of these people were very insightful. So for those of you who say, oh, well, that could have never been me. I would have never been able to be a slave. That means that if they wouldn't have been able to go through that, I wouldn't be here. a lot of you wouldn't be here. A lot of our children and our grandchildren wouldn't be here. Your friends might not be here. So they went through that, enduring all of that, dealing with all of that, knowing that this day was going to come. So your ancestors are working hard on your behalf to line everything up the way you need it to be. So your purpose is you walking into abundance, coming out of third-party situations, coming out of a situation where you are, are employed by someone else. You are walking into entrepreneurship. You are walking into an abundant entrepreneurship. You are walking into, you're creating a product that is going to help so many people. Even if that product is you. You are creating a product and a pathway that will guide other people to having a blank slate. So your gift, your purpose may just simply be, not simply, there's nothing simple about it, but it's great. You will be giving a set of people a blank slate, helping them learn to achieve a blank slate, whether it be prisoners, whether it be troubled teens, whether it be young girls who get pregnant, whether it be abused women, whether it be service members with PTSD, whether it be homeless, whatever, whether it be mentally ill people, whether it be third world countries. You're creating a blank slate for people and helping them create a blank slate for themselves where there was a hole. Like where there were piles and piles and piles of trash and garbage built up inside of and in front of people. Your purpose is to go help them remove that, create a blank slate so they can build appropriately. Because they ensured that you could. And they stand with you and they go before you. And they guide you and they're ready to move the obstacles out of your way. Our main problem is a lot of you, your main obstacle is you. Because you're dealing with your worthiness issues. You're dealing with the baggage that you have from different parental situations, from relationship situations. There are things that you're holding on to that no longer belong to you. Maybe they belong to you at one point, but it's about time for you to move into your purpose. So let me know if you chose the instrument, and let me know what group of people you think resonates more with you, because your purpose is to help them create a blank slate where there is no, where they have no room, where they think they can't. All those people that think they've done too much, the people that are getting out of prison who feel like, okay, the system is just set up for me to be nothing. Okay. And that's because they have so much trash built up on top of everything they ever thought they wanted to build. Your purpose is to help them get rid of the trash and go, okay, now there's truly nothing. You can build anything. There's a steady foundation. There's a blank slate. You can build anything. And you are the people that can teach people that can show people that. Now, if you need help with that, I am always going to tell you, please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and love. Check the links in the bio and know that with the prosperity reading, we go through all of that and we go through the process, and there are many, many ways that I can help you. So please reach out if you're working towards that, or if you're going to start working towards that and need more guidance towards that. But that is your purpose. So I want you to write that down. I want you to put it on a piece of paper, a banner or something, and put it on your wall as you figure out which group of people that you are helping to create this blank slate, because your ancestors are moving the universe around. Everything has been set up for generations and generations and generations for you to be great, for you to be amazing, for you to have the sun card, for you to bring life where there was no life, for you to be the sun where there was darkness. There is a purpose for it all. You might not see it at the time and you might not know what it is, But now, because you're here, because you're with me, because you were intuitive and insightful enough to click this link and pick that instrument, now you know. Let's go on to our second. You can. Wait, before you go, can you hand me those other three and just line them up here? We are going to look at our compact. So remember I told you that this one was, all of them are very, very personal to me, but this one was my grandmother's that was given to her by her mother, and I got it from my aunt. And eventually I gave it to my daughter. So let's see what this one says, what your divinely guided purpose is for you. Crap. So the card that came with this one is normally very, very off-putting. It's the devil card, and people often think that the devil card means something bad. Honestly, it just means change. It just means change. That in order for something new to come, something old has to change or leave, but change. It means that you don't always have to decide that you're going to teach people and you are going to help people grow and change in ways that you can't imagine. But first, you have to get over your fear of change. So, okay, so you will be helping people who have love issues, who are flaky, who have love issues. Your purpose is to help people in bad love situations who have lost themselves in a narcissist, who have lost themselves in an abusive situation, who have lost themselves on their journey to love, that they just seem to keep winding up in these toxic ass relationships. You're teaching people to find themselves, to find the pieces of themselves that they lost. And a lot of you give relationship advice all the time anyway. If you figure out how to make it a specialty, even if it's not for money, because all of our purposes aren't designed to make us money. You can do that, but that's not always what you want to do. You might enjoy being a high school teacher or an elementary school teacher or a baker, but just know that when people come into your shop or people come into your classroom, they're going to want to sit and talk to you. And they're going to want to sit and talk to you about their love life. They're going to want advice. They're not going to know why. You're just this person that they feel like they can be open and talk to. But you need to make sure that you're answering them from a healed place. That you're answering them from a place of health and not from a place of hurt. Because what you don't want to do is change someone's love situation based on your own toxic habits. Scenario. So a long time ago, I was in an abusive relationship, and I went to someone who I considered a friend, and I asked her for help to help me leave. I asked her for advice because I didn't know what to do. And she looked at me and she was genuinely trying to help. And her words to me were, "Honey, that's just what men do." Now, I know great men, so I knew that wasn't the case. But at the time, being in the hurt place that I was, I accepted that temporarily, but I accepted that as truth because it came from someone who I looked up to. It came from someone who I trusted. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's the area. Maybe that's what men in this area do. No. It was just the assholes we knew. And it wasn't, because I have great men in my family. I've always known great men. But when she told me that, I accepted it. I accepted it just because I was like, okay. So there's no point in leaving because the next person I meet is going to be the same way. And then, honestly, I'm not the person. So it took me like a few weeks or a month to realize, okay, that's some nonsense. I'm not dealing with this. But make sure that you're not doing it, that you're not helping people from a place of trauma. So you're going to need to heal your traumas so that you can help other people get out of theirs. Because you'll have the opportunity to walk people out of oppression and into real self-love that'll lead them into real agape love, that will lead them into real eros love, which is just an amazing type of love, meaning they'll walk into love of self, into unconditional love of all, into a romantic love. But first, you're going to help them find love of self by getting them out of their oppressive situations. And that is a very, very deep part of your purpose. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a teacher, if you're a lawyer, sometimes your purpose isn't in what gives you a check. Sometimes your purpose is in what makes your heart better while you're getting your check, or while you're at home, or while you're at the grocery store. Sometimes we walk in our divine purpose and don't even accept that it's our divine purpose. Your purpose isn't tied to your income. Your purpose is tied to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit. Now, if you can turn that into income, great. But that's not what purpose means. So you will be the change agent for many when it comes to their love life, their personal life, and their view of themselves. Okay? Now, moving on to group number 3, my scarabs, my thinkers. Lord. Whew. So, a lot of you don't know what this is. When I first saw this card a couple of years ago, I didn't know what it was either. So I had to look it up. It's a fish. It's an African fish. I think it's called like the dimni fish. Either way, let me tell you what it is. It's a fish that has lungs. Oh, it's a fish that has lungs. It has lungs so that when there's a drought, it burrows itself underwater. Under dirt, and creates like a cocoon and puts a little hole in it so that they can breathe the air even when there's no water. And they can stay under dirt for like 4 years or until water returns. So they are fish that literally live underground and can breathe air with no water. How smart of a fish do you have to be to do that? Now, the meaning of this card, your ancestors have a message for you. You overthought a situation. You've had some missed opportunities. Either it was from overthinking, under planning, or fear. You might have blamed it on love, but it was truly fear. And you missed some opportunities. You missed something that you were supposed to do. The universe had opened doors wide open for you, and you did not walk through them. So you went back into your hole. And you're thinking you're going to have to stay there for 4 years. You're thinking that your sun card is over, that you can never have your happily ever after. You're thinking that you're unlovable, that the queen of emotions is no longer pouring into you. You're staying up late at night. You have negative thoughts about yourself and your situation. Baby, you're not dead. You're just in your cocoon. And your gift is your mind. Your gift is your thought process, the analytical you. You're going to have to stop being flaky on the things in life that you wanted to accomplish. You're going to have to stop doubting yourself. And you're going to have to stop feeling bad for yourself. A lot of you are artists who overthink your art, who don't understand that just being you is enough. There are a lot of things that can't be explained that come out of Egypt. Pyramids, the Sphinx, Moses parting the Red Sea. A lot of the biblical stories happen there. The conduits of light, the shining at the top of the pyramids, how things were architecturally created, who were true Egyptians. There's a lot of things that are misunderstood and underexplained or overthought and overexplained to where it's just not correct anymore. Don't do that to your art. Your time did come and it did pass. Doesn't mean it won't come again. It's almost time for you to come out of the water. Come out of the cocoon and go back into the water. The drought is almost over. Your ancestors are, I don't know, I hadn't pulled from this deck for anybody else, but this particular deck, your ancestors are protecting you. They are the bear and you are the fairy. They are protecting you. You hide behind them and they will go before you into whatever meeting, deal, or junction that you have planned. Your ancestors will go before you. Now, your purpose is very individualized because there's a lot of artists and creative thinkers that picked this. A lot of you are really, really uncertain about what you want to do. And it's not because you don't know what you want to do. It's because you're listening too hard to what everyone else wants you to do. So we're going to listen. We're going to do what we want to do, what feels right for us, and not what feels right for everybody else or what everybody else thinks is right for us, right? You won't have to start over again. That last time was your last time of starting over. You won't have to start over again because you're going to listen this time. You won't overthink it. You'll know that it's real and you'll know that this is what you were supposed to do and you're moving into your divine destiny. Nothing is going to ruin you this time because you're going to listen and you're going to allow your ancestors to go before you and make a place for you. It doesn't matter if the position's filled, if the seat is filled, if the plane left without you. Baby, you will get there. You will be there. Not wishing anything bad on anybody else, but whatever needs to happen has already happened so that you can be where you need to be. And your purpose is to create stability in the lives of everyone you interact with that you deem as worthy. Well, not really. They'll be stabilized by just interacting with you. So it's, if you're an artist and you open an art gallery or you release an album or you write a book or you create a program or you teach art after school or you sing or whatever it is that you do, whatever your art form is, you make jewelry, you do Reiki, I don't know, whatever your art form is, you dance. You will be creating a stable and safe place for your art to occur. My singers will be creating studios for demo tapes or something like that. My dancers will be educating people on dance and teaching people the basics of how to get into what they're into. Or my jewelry makers will be making jewelry that has positive energy on it, that gives people hematite to lower their blood pressure, or gives them quartz so they can see clearer. You will be helping them become more stable in whatever art form you're doing or you're called to do. Because you may not be doing it yet, but you should be. And you know you should be, you just don't listen. So we're stopping that not listening phase because we know that we missed great opportunities and we don't want that to happen again. So we're walking into passion, fire, desire with art in our grasp. If your art is the gift of conversation, I love Lisa Nichols, right? Lisa Nichols' art is talking. Her art is talking and motivating people to do things. She don't really give you a lot of direct instructions on how to do stuff or what you're supposed to do, but she'll convince you that you can do whatever it is. If she was to use her gift for negative and want people to commit suicide, they just jump. But she used her gift, her art, to talk people into, what does she call it? Motivating the masses. That's what she does. She talks people. And she said she's known that was her gift since she was little. How many people have gifts that we don't realize are gifts? If your gift is doing hair, it's your gift. You just do it naturally. If your gift is you're really funny, then use that art to make people laugh. And that don't mean you have to leave everything you know and go on the road to be a comedian. Nah. Go where people need laughter the most and make them laugh. Because you can. It'll make you feel better. And it'll open up opportunities for you that you don't even know exist. Okay? Now, group number 4. Our Jasper. Are people that are walking into newer versions of themselves, going into a vortex. A lot of you are coming out of a really difficult time. You have passed through the fire of Sagittarius, through the Scorpio volcano, and you are very, very fertile soil. You've fallen through the volcano. You have, like, it might have been accidental that you went through everything you went through, but the fact that you went through it and got through it, you're powerful and you're insightful and you're intuitive and you're getting ready to walk into, you're getting ready to walk into a major time of prosperity where the focus is on you and the small details surrounding you. You don't see yourself as the emperor or the empress, but there are people around you who do. They admire you because of your virtues, and they admire you because of your ability to go through that purging fire and still be great. There is a new beginning coming. You're going to be helping people walk into their greatness as you walk into yours. Okay, you will be helping people restore their marriages, restore their business. You will be giving people the power not to quit. Your purpose is to encourage people not to quit, not to give up. Your purpose is to start that suicide hotline or start that counseling service for married couples or start that entrepreneur program that helps them realize that yes, it's hard, but you can do it. Start that program at college where a tutoring program so people can keep going when they feel like they can't give up. Start a scholarship program or whatever kind of program, something that's going to give people the opportunity to keep going when it's hard, because you know how to keep going when it's hard, because you understand what it feels like to go through that fire, because you understand what it feels like to be pushed down, to be talked about, to be left behind. You understand what that burning feels like, to really, really want something and be scared as shit to get it. You understand that. And you know how to help people get through it. You know how to help people get through it. Most of our purposes have something to do with something bigger than us. All of our purposes have something to do with something bigger than us. Your purpose is never defined to, oh, I'm going to make $1 million. That's not a purpose. It's a financial goal. It's cool, but it's not a purpose. My purpose in life is to be a millionaire. No. If your purpose in life can make you a millionaire, that's great. It probably can. But what is your purpose? So your purpose is different than your paycheck. So it doesn't mean they can't coexist. Your purpose, my Jasper people, is to help people keep going. When the kids want to drop out of school, they'll come to you so they can keep going. On days when all the nurses and doctors want to walk out, they'll come to you to keep going. On the day when the teachers feel like I just can't teach anymore, they'll come to you to keep going. On the day when the prisoners feel like, you know what, I'd rather just die, they teach them to keep going. On the day when the homeless person want to walk out into the middle of the street and get hit by a car, you will teach them that it's okay. You keep going. Okay? So your purpose is to inspire people to keep going. Not to encourage them to give up because it's hard. Keep going is the message for my Jasper people. You keep going and you will teach other people to keep going. Okay? Please, y'all, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment in love. I want to know how you felt. I want to know what you thought. I want to know what you picked. So, as I promised before, so the end of this video, which is now, I want to talk to you about some things. I have a show on ATS TV that's coming out called Sip with the Witch. I have a bunch of new things that are coming out, courses and programs and things of that nature are all out already. Check the links in the description box below. Make sure you're on the mailing list and you look out for emails from the Good Witch. If you like this video, if you're already, make sure you're subscribed. But once you like, you share, and you comment in love, make sure you comment and put I shared and you actually share the video. Let me know which one of these you picked. You'll be entered. I'm going to give 12 people, because people don't really follow instructions, so it's never really hard. I'm going to give out 12 spiritual boxes. 12 spiritual boxes, and they'll be filled with healing items, and I will send them to you. I've done this before with conjured candles. This is different than the candles. This is a box that's going to have things in it that are going to be specifically for you and your needs. It's a healing box. I call them spiritual boxes, but they're really healing boxes. So you will get a spiritual box after you like. Make sure you're subscribed. Subscribe, like, share, and comment in love, and make sure in that comment you let me know that you shared it. Okay? All right. Peace. And this is for the first 12. Okay? So, peace, love, and light, y'all, from the Good Witch. If you do this, I'm going to comment under you. When I comment under you, make sure, I'm probably going to just ask you for your email address. Put your email address when I comment under you, okay? And from your email address, I can get all your shipping information and whatnot. All right? Peace, love, and light, y'all, from the Good Witch. Thank you so much for being a part of my life, and thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of yours. Walk in your purpose. You are amazing. Your purpose is amazing. I'm so excited for you all to step into your purpose as we go into this new age of helping each other heal, helping each other grow, knowing who we are, knowing what we should do, knowing that we can do it, and knowing that we can get others through it. All right? Peace, love, and light, y'all, from the Good Witch.